Great. Hope I'm audible. Please confirm if you guys can hear me well, or I should check the mic again. Great, great, great. So I am 5 minutes early so that people start joining in and we can start at 6. Great. Anyway, if you find a problem in my audio or mic, do put it in the comments right away. Hi Shubham, hi Akash. Thank you Raj for joining in. Keep putting your questions and queries and doubts, anything you have, so that I can pick them up during the session and I can speak about them. Hello Keshav, thank you for joining. Hello Sarthak, thank you for joining the session. I would be happy if you guys can acknowledge your joining, and I would be happy to take your names and greet, as we still are left with 5, I guess 2 to 3 minutes to start. Nice. Good question, Akash. We'll definitely answer this during the video, during the session. Keep putting your queries and your questions or challenges with your startup so that I can answer them well in the session or at the end of the session. Hello, Dipankar. Thank you for joining. Hello, Bhupesh. Welcome to the session. So we'll be starting the session in next 2 to 3 minutes. Hello, Vivek. Hello, Rahul. Thank you for joining the session. Keep putting your questions, your challenges, your queries regarding your pitch, your startup in the comment section. I'll definitely answer them during the session or at the end of the session for sure. Hey, Sanket. Hello, Girish. Okay. All right. Okay. Good to find these questions in the comment section. Keep going. Keep putting your queries and questions. Hello, Rishabh. Thank you for joining. Even if I'm not able to answer these questions, which I will definitely try to, if you think that the answers are still incomplete or you want to talk to more, you can anytime follow me on my channels, my um, social media portals on Instagram. Anywhere you write Startup Talk, STARTUP you will find me, and you can anytime reach me out in the DMs, and I will definitely answer you if I am not able to answer you in the session or after the session, in the end of the session. So yes, thank you for joining, Sanaullah. Hi Dushant. Good evening, very good evening. Happy to see you guys joining the session, taking out time. I hope you guys are all safe at home, keeping your family safe and not going outside, following the lockdown. You know, it's not safe these days due to the coronavirus. It's good for working, good to work at home. I'm currently from operating from my office for the session, but yes, I'm working from home as well. Keep yourself safe. Shubham, I do not. I have a YouTube channel, but I am not active much on that. I am more active on my LinkedIn, my Instagram, and yes, my videos are generally coming from TikTok application where I am guiding the budding entrepreneurs to give them a shape with their journey, or if they are wanting to start up. So yes, I have a channel there, but if you are not on the application, you can find me anytime on Instagram, Facebook, and definitely on LinkedIn. Connect me in these platforms, and I'll definitely uh, listen to your challenges and help you in your finding the solution. So yes, so we'll be starting in next 1 minute. Till then, you can keep putting your questions in the comment section. Yeah, Akash, thank you so much for following them. Even if you are not on that application, I know many of them don't prefer that for information. You still, I put those on my LinkedIn profile, and you can follow there all the videos and the posts. Okay, so I'll give you a brief introduction about myself. I am founder of Easy to Pitch. Easy to Pitch is a platform where we help and guide the startup founders to be pitch ready. If they are going to pitch to the mentors, to the investors, or anybody, even if it's a sales pitch. So we ensure that they are ready for that. Uh, because of course, if a pitch is not ready, not prepared well, the rejection chances are more, so we ensure that the rejections are less. Apart from that, I have been into the ecosystem from last 3 to 4 years now, and apart from being part of Easy to Pitch, I am a volunteer at Head Start Tattoo Foundation. It's an enabling community for all the founders pan India. So I help meeting founders there, talking to them, talking about the challenges, and my whole team helps with the challenges of those founders. So yes, apart from that, my journey is very simple of entrepreneurship. I started when I was my second year of engineering, and gradually joined a job in my final year, and then I started with my first established venture, which was cheapest and nearest. But yes, it didn't work well. It turned up to a failure, but I got to learn a lot of. Like the experiences make you learn, so the challenges that I face there are helping me now to be one of the successful entrepreneurs. So yes, with those challenges, those takeaways, I guide founders and mentor them with their pitches and other challenges. And I am recently I'm the part of the Atal Innovation Mission at Niti Aayog, where I mentor the budding entrepreneurs, the e-cells, and lot many groups and communities. So you can keep putting your questions regarding your pitches, investments in the comment section, and I'll definitely answer them. Okay, so we have more people joined in. So thank you, Ronak, for joining in. Thank you, Vipul. Okay, so let's start with the topic of the session, that which is how should we pitch your like our startup idea to anybody. First of all, let's talk about what is a pitch about, right? Pitch is nothing but suppose I am talking to you, मैं आपसे अभी बात कर रही हूँ, and I am pitching my solution. Suppose मुझे एक पेन सेल करना है, and I'll be coming to you and pitching you the problem that why I'm selling this pen to you and why you should buy it. So this is basically a communication where you are making somebody understand a problem and a solution, so and how you're solving that problem. So pitch is just a communication between two people. Okay, so buyer and a seller, and seller can be anything, anybody, a founder, an organization, and a buyer can be anybody, a mentor, an investor, or a customer. So this is basically the foundation or a basics of a pitch. Okay, so now coming to the question, to the topic that how should we pitch? Okay, pitching is definitely a very important part of a founder's journey. In every stage, कोई भी stage पे जाओ, चाहे customer को pitch कर रहे हो या mentor को pitch कर रहे हो या incubation में आपको से program attend करना हो, you have to pitch your idea on a form or in person, right? So pitching definitely is very important part of the journey, and the very important basics to have clear in mind about a pitch is you should be very clear with your communication. आप जो pitch करना चाह रहे हो सामने वाले को समझ में आना चाहिए. अगर जैसे मेरे पास कितने founders आते हैं, we talk about the startup ideas. If I am not able to understand what you're trying to pitch, या बोलना क्या चाह रहे हो, आपका प्रॉब्लम बेसिकली है क्या या सोल्यूशन है क्या, मुझे समझ में नहीं आएगा तो इट्स अ फेल्ड पिच, राइट? सो वॉट एवर यू आर ट्राइंग टू पिच हैज टू बी वेरी क्लियर एंड क्रिस्प, देखिए सामने वाले को समझ में आए, राइट? उसे ज्यादा सोचना ना पड़े और उस ज्यादा सोचने में टाइम भी ना देना पड़े, right? So whatever you pitching, be like just be careful with your communication. You should be very clear and crisp, right? Okay, so yes, this is the basics of a pitch whenever you're doing it. And suppose you're pitching to an investor. Investors are very okay, serious about their critics. मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा एज एन इन्वेस्टर तो मैं उसको ज्यादा टाइम नहीं दूंगी, ठीक है? सो एंड नहीं अच्छा लगेगा मतलब ये है कि योर पिच शुड बी दैट मच इम्पैक्टफुल एंड अट्रैक्टिव, कि अगर मैं आपको अपना 1 मिनट भी दे रही हूँ सुनने के लिए, मुझे उसमें एक इम्पैक्ट दिखना चाहिए, दैट हाउ पैशनेट यू आर अबाउट दैट प्रॉब्लम, योर सोल्यूशन, that is being seen in your words and the way you put it, the confidence that you show in your pitch, वो दिख जाता है एक इन्वेस्टर को, ठीक है? तो उसी से इन्वेस्टर वुड लाइक टू लिसन टू यू मोर. प्रॉब्लम सोल्यूशन इतना अच्छा नहीं भी होगा, बट इवन द वे यू पिच also attracts the investors or the mentors, right? Engagement होता है उसमें. So that's how you should be prepared, and the practice is a term which is very important in anything we do. Practice 100 times in front of mirror on any person or anybody around you before going for any pitch, any pitch it is, whether it's a sales pitch, is a pitch to an institution or mentorship or investor. Pitch 100 times to yourself or your peer groups or your team members, so that that's how is a like a better way of making it clear, right? The communication should be clear. This is one of the practice, that exercise that we should do. Okay, so yes, the topic is almost clear, which is how we should pitch, right? And what is the pitch all about? Okay, so coming to a very important and critical part of a pitching is, which I keep in front of all the entrepreneurs or budding founders, that please understand that your time and the person who's listening to you, uh, उसका टाइम बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट? अगर मैं अपना 3 मिनट या 4 मिनट भी आपको दे रही हूँ, वो बहुत वैल्यू करता है, और इन्वेस्टर का टाइम तो हमसे 100 audience ज़्यादा value करता है, right? Because they are sitting in a position where they have to listen to hundreds of founders, right? So उनका time इतना नहीं होता है कि वो आपको कि आपको वो ज़्यादा donate कर पाए and listen to your pitches, long pitches. So similarly, I'm trying to say that आपका time भी बहुत value करता है और उनका time भी value करता है. So there should be very we should keep pointers while pitching to the investors or mentors. And the very first pointer I share it to the community, to the entrepreneurs, that please be do your homework, right? Anybody you're pitching to, you should know about that person well, until unless you are pitching in an event, because event startup challenges may you might not know who are the judges and whom are the people you are pitching to, or the audience, what kind of audience is. So but when you are pitching individually your idea, your problem, your solution, no matter at what stage you are, just ensure to whom you're pitching, right? Suppose I am an investor or a mentor from like with an experience or experience of putting money or mentoring in travel industry, right? Or आपका idea is related to healthcare. So I'll be the person who would be not be able to help you with these fundraise and the mentoring part, but I'll be helpful to you in connecting to the other people. So maybe if I find your pitch interesting, only then I'll connect. Not until unless I am not interested. And of course, this, as I said, the time is very valuable. If I find a deck in my mail which is not from my forte, my portfolio, or my industry, I will definitely not look towards the deck or the pitch, or not listen to you. So ensure, very first thing is to whom you're pitching, right? And because it saves time and your energy, right? And when we talk about pitching your ideas, of course, validation is very important. To, as I said in the very beginning, that practice well. By saying practice, you can always get a validation, right? Go to networking sessions, go to meetups, go to workshops, go to mentoring sessions where you're pitching your idea. It gives you feedbacks, right? The people give you live feedbacks. It's not always like we should हमें directly investor को pitch करना चाहिए यार अपने idea को. It's good to go to these sessions and pitch your problems and solutions and get feedback, and then you will be able to even get validation. So this is my another point. After like knowing to whom you're pitching, the second point is that get your idea validated. So why validation? Why validation is because suppose I have a startup idea और मुझे पता ही नहीं है कि वो प्रॉब्लम मेरे अलावा कितने लोग फेस कर रहे हैं, right? Suppose I have a problem with my application and it's not working. Just leave application, talk about my home. So I have some problem at my home and it is with the furniture, and I'm not able to deal with it properly, and I think that there is can be a solution, and many people might be facing certain problem around me or in our country. So it's better to get it validated first. बिकॉज अगर आप एक इन्वेस्टर और मेंटर के पास पिच करने जा रहे हैं, द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग द इन्वेस्टर विल आस्क, is your idea validated, like have you got it surveyed or tested, और आपने किसी जो आपके अलावा और भी प्रॉब्लम्स फेस कर रहे हैं उनसे आपने ये पूछा है कि ये प्रॉब्लम आप फेस कर रहे हो नहीं कर रहे हो. So my second point which I mentioned is validation is very important before you go for a pitch. Otherwise you will fail and ending up being failed in being confidently answering the person, the investor, that yes, I got it validated. This problem exists, right? And another way where you can validate your idea is like suppose there are 2 to 3 applications for the same solution. Talk about Food Panda, which is not very well working right now, but yes, Swiggy, Uber Eats acquired by Zomato. So yes, Zomato. So there are certain problems which are being validated already and are solved by many application, many companies right now. So if you bring up with a similar idea, which has already has a solution, but you're bringing up a better solution, that means the validation, the problem exists, like the people are working on it, but there are certain loopholes, and you're bringing solution to those loopholes. That means the market is there, validation अपने आप में हो जाता है. तो वैलिडेशन बहुत जरूरी है आपके पिच करने से पहले. वेगली अगर आइडिया और पिच सोल्यूशन प्रॉब्लम पिच करोगे, देन अगेन माय फर्स्ट पॉइंट व्हिच वाज वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम in front of the investors. Investors will then hesitate talking to you next, और आपका first impression खराब हो जाता है. So prepare well before your pitch with a validated idea, validated problem, and validated solution. In case you are pitching it to the mentors, this thing can vary, right? Because mentors can are people who guide you, right? So अगर आप उनके पास जा रहे हो, बोल रहे हो कि मुझे ये प्रॉब्लम दिख रही है, so should I work on it? So this is kind of a shortcut, I believe, because mentors know well about the industries, and they can validate your problem, the problem that you have searched, and validate your solution. So this kind is a kind of a shortcut, and saves time. So yes, validation अभी भी हो जाता है, but in front of investors, uh, go before getting it validated with people around or mentors around, right? Mentors who you are taking guidance from. uh, it saves time. So so my first point was know your investor or know your mentor, to whomsoever you're pitching. Know that person well. The second point was validation. Get your pitch, your problem, your solution validated before pitching. Then comes to my third point, when we talk about a pitch, is at what stage you are. You should know your stage very well while pitching. Suppose I am a founder and I'm not even yet a founder. I've just brought an idea, and this is a stage which is very obvious that I'm a very early stage. I'm at the idea stage, so this is very clear to say that I'm in this stage. But what about the founders who have gone above the idea stage, and might not know, are they in the early revenue or seed or pre-seed or series or pre-series? And the very second third thing the investors or mentors ask directly in your pitch is that what stage are you? And then you take time to analyze and do be correct. Actually, you will be more cautious if you about thinking that मैंने सही बोला ना, मैंने गलत तो नहीं बोल दिया, या मैं क्या जवाब दूं, for which you take like lot of time answering that. So know your stage well. There are not many stage. You just have to know where you are currently. So different types of stages. I'll keep it very short. Is your idea stage, your MVP stage. MVP is minimal viable product, where you have brought the solution with a product now, or a service, and you are in a phase of testing it. So then comes with your pre-seed where you have some customers who are testing your products now and are validating your product. Then comes your seed, where you want to launch your product well and move from a few customers, 5 to 10 customers, to next 100 to 200 or 500 customers. So that is your seed stage of expansion. And going to gradually, when you're growing to series, you are expanding with your number of customers, your users, and or expanding in your in different region. So these are the certain stages which you should be knowing when you're pitching to the investors or mentors or anybody, right? So this actually gives a good impact on the person who's listening to you, thinking that yes, इसको pitch, वो जो मुझे pitch कर रहा है या कर रही है, उनको knowledge है अपने startup के बारे में, अपने existence के बारे में, and और जो वो मुझे लेकर आ रही है मेरे पास, वो validated है. That means there is some back end work already done. So this impression is very good to put in your first pitch to whomsoever you're pitching to, whether investors or mentors. Okay. Then anywhere you want me to stop, or think that I'm not audible to you guys, please put it in the comment. I guess I'm very much audible and can see a lot of questions coming. Thank you for putting your questions. I'll definitely answer them in last 10 to 20 minutes. Okay, so yes, my next point is, so after knowing your investor, then validation, then third, at what stage are you? Uh, Even if you're at idea stage, say that I'm at an idea stage, and if you're going for pitching challenges, uh, you shall put in front of the people very far that I'm still at idea stage, because it creates confusion in the end when the investors ask. When I go for judging the startups, and the startup founders pitching, when come to the last slide, I definitely get a shock when the person says that I'm still in an idea stage, right? Because according to the pitch, I analyze that the person might be working and got the validation done. That's why he or she is pitching. Idea stage पे pitch करना कोई गलत बात नहीं है, बस validation होना चाहिए, और try to put it in the very beginning that I'm at an idea stage, rather than uh, we as a judge, or as a people, as a mentor, asking you in the end that at what stage are you, or have you earned started the revenue or not. Stay in the beginning that you're an idea stage currently, and want to make it into MVP. Okay, so my very next point is like, okay, so now coming to your types of pitches. What kind of pitches are there when you're going to pitch your idea, startup idea? There are okay, so there are many different types of pitches. Like कोई बोलता है कि मुझे 1 मिनट में pitch सुनना है आपकी, when it is face to face. कोई बोलेगा कि it's a startup event, I mean pitch challenge. You have to pitch in front of the people in just 5 to 7 minutes. उतने का ही time मिलता है आपको, timer लगा देते हैं. Then दूसरा आपका timer आपका रहता है pitch is kind of a mail that you are sending your pitch text. So these are the kind of pitches that you have, and when you're going for a pitch, and what is the difference, and what should be the elements in these different kind of pitches when you're doing these, right? So starting with the very first thing, talking about when you get 1 minute to speak, 1 minute 60 seconds, or maximum 3 minutes. So I divide the portions, right? 1 minute, 3 minute. I'll definitely put these in detail in my further videos. Do follow them. So when I talk about differentiating the timings, I keep it like this, that I get 1 minute, then 3 minute, then 5 minute, then 8 minute. So there are certain elements that we speak in these time segmentations, right? So when I talk about 1 minute, 60 seconds you have, right? So what things that you should pitch, एंड उस सामने वाले को अच्छे से समझ में भी आना चाहिए, क्योंकि एक सेकंड में आप, सॉरी 60 सेकंड में आप कितना ही एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो अपने आइडिया के बारे में, स्टार्टअप के बारे में, और हाउ मच पैशन यू कैन शो that you can solve this problem as a execution person or as a founder, right? So 60 seconds may, in short, keep it very crisp and short, which includes just your problem and your idea of solution, right? प्रॉब्लम जैसे होता है, जैसे मैंने मार्केट में कोई प्रॉब्लम ढूंढा, अपने अराउंड एक प्रॉब्लम ढूंढा है, उसको वैलिडेट करा है, और मैं उसका सोल्यूशन लेकर आई हूँ. इट इज वेरी इजी टू पुट दीज थिंग्स इन टू लाइनर्स or even three liners and wrap it into 60 seconds. And there are many, when we talk about western trends of pitching, you must have seen shark tanks and zone pitches in US going on. They just give them 60 seconds to pitch their idea, product, and everything, and that is how the rule is followed there. Unlike in our country, we are still yet to get that skill like perfect in our founders, where we are able to pitch in 60 seconds. So yes, try to put that crisp, and it should be easily communicated, problem and solution, that's it. खुद से प्रैक्टिस करना है 100 बारी. कोई जल्दबाजी नहीं है, कोई नहीं बोल रहा है अभी आके मुझे, अभी मैंने प्रॉब्लम सोचा, अभी सोल्यूशन सोचा है तो अभी आगे पिच करो. टाइम लो, टेक अ मंथ, टेक 2 months, टेक 6 months, टेक as much as time you can to be perfect before pitching, right? So then comes a 3 minute pitch. So problem and solution definitely be there, uh, followed by your competitive analysis. So competition analysis is that suppose you got validated कि ये problem already exist कर रहा है और solution भी आए हैं but proper solution नहीं है. That's how you say it's validated already. It has a validated market. So but sometimes there are certain problems which are considered as niche. इसका market अभी क्रिएट भी होना है और ज्यादा और बहुत लिमिटेड मार्केट है. क्रिएट और हो सकता है, बिल्कुल हो सकता है, बट क्लाइंट्स प्रॉब्लम जरूर एग्जिस्ट करती है बट लिमिटेड मार्केट से, राइट. सो एंड वी कंसिडर इट एज अ वेरी नीश एंड व्हाई नीश बिकॉज वो प्रॉब्लम अभी तक आया भी नहीं है and you might be the first one to bring that solution. So in that pitch the competitive analysis for जो 3 मिनट का pitch है उसमें competitive analysis का factor reduce हो जाता है because you have brought up a unique idea, right. So but in case where the problem is validated, so the solutions are there, market is validated already, बहुत already exist करता है, तो उसमें आपको बेटर है बताना कि दीज आर माय एग्जिस्टिंग competition and इतना मार्केट शेयर हो रहा है अभी and still a lot of market is still untapped and I can be the person to tap that market और existing भी जो हो रहा है उसमें क्या loopholes है. So when you're pitching in that 3 minutes, ensure your problem solution and your competitive analysis, right. So that is very important in your 3 minute pitch. Okay. Then talking about your next portion, I believe is 5 minute pitch. Why I'm segmenting it because there, of course, there are many different locations where you will be giving different timings. So that's how I am segmenting 1 minute, 3 minute, then comes your 5 minute, right? A 5 minute pitch when you're speaking it, right? 5 minute pitch में the addition comes with your market opportunities, right? आपको और 2 मिनट दिया गया है जहाँ पे आप और impact अपने pitch में create कर सकते हो. आपने अपना प्रॉब्लम बता दिया, सोल्यूशन बता दिया, आपने कंपटीशन बता दिया 3 मिनट में. अब जब 5 मिनट की पिच हो जाती है, द कंपटीशन कम्स लेटर बट योर मार्केट कम्स बिफोर. हाउ बिग इज योर मार्केट, राइट. कि आपने अगर जैसे बोला माय मार्केट इज $2 billion मार्केट, द प्रॉब्लम इज एग्जिस्टिंग एंड दिस इज द मार्केट नंबर और दिस इज द रेवेन्यू दैट कैन बी जनरेटेड फ्रॉम दिस मार्केट. सो टेल अबाउट योर मार्केट अपॉर्चुनिटी, right. So this 5 minute pitch leads okay, so most of the places, most of the investors go for 5 minute pitch because again the time matters, right. So the 5 minute pitch is maximally done in all the organizations, mostly when it faced organizations or events, most probably the 60-second pitch comes when you have just attended an event of investors और इन्वेस्टर जा रहे हैं, उनको आपको कैच करना है, एंगेज करना है. सो दैट 60-second pitch is important at that time. This 3 minute pitch is important even similarly in these mentoring sessions only कि आपको mentoring आपने लिया है in a common meetup and again they are rushing and you have to grab that time. You ask कि please can I get your couple of minutes. You sit down, if mentor says or investor says yes, you sit down and you get 3 to 4 minutes to speak and 5 minutes is generally given in your events, startup challenges. So similarly, when you go to 7 to 8 minutes pitch, again, startup challenges are mostly there in such kind of pitching time. So yes, again, coming back to the topic of what you should pitch in this time. 5 मिनट में मैंने आपको जब 5 मिनट का पिच होता है मैंने आपको बताया कि उसमें मार्केट अपॉर्चुनिटीज एड ऑन होती है and how big is your market and then your team, of course. What is your team all about? आपके टीम में कितने experienced लोग हैं? Either they are earlier they have been again a founder, before a founder and again a founder now, or they are just they have been before a budding entrepreneur and have become a founder now, or budding entrepreneur as in like there are many students who bring up the startup idea and it gets clicked, people like it and then he or she starts up a journey, or and it's better. Okay, so I even spoke in one of my videos that it's good to have a team of more than one people when you're pitching to the investors do look for a team which has more than one founder, because I stated this because investors want to be confident that if that founder is somewhere not available, there is another person who is looking after that organization, that startup. And if not, you don't want another founder in your team, no problem, that's fine, but have someone, uh, a person who is executing at a manager level, or can execute a lot of strategies, not considering him as a co-founder, but yes, as a team member, and you're putting your that person in your pitch in front of the investors. So yes, as I said, solo entrepreneurs are preferred less. ऐसा नहीं है कि उनको reject कर दिया जाता है. Definitely, if you already have made the business and it's existing, you're making revenue, and you're a solo entrepreneur, it's not a problem. That means you can be trusted with your organization. But if you're at an early stage pitching to the investors, early revenue, early stage, or at idea stage, it's good to show a good team, right? Who can manage different segments in your startup. So yes, 5 minute problem and solution. Sorry, 1 minute problem and solution. 3 minute problem solution and competitive analysis. 5 minute problem solution, market, and your team, and of course competition comes along. Then comes to your 8 minute pitch. So eight minute pitch is something which is considered what I should say, considered as in like where investors actually engage well, and giving their mind and brainstorming with your idea and your solution and your existing strategies. So when we talk about 8 minute pitch, it has problem, solution, market. There is a proper flow, or I mean a roadmap, or you're pitching your traction or your finances if you have, or if not, you're projecting it, and then followed by your team, and of course in the end every pitch has, if you are asking some amount, the pitch should have that amount, and for why you asking that amount. So yes, the ask slide. So 8 minute pitch is basically a proper presentation with a proper pitch deck on the screen, which has a ask slide as well, right? So that is, I guess, a proper uh, session where you are going for a raise, good raise, and or even if you're pitching to accelerators or incubators, or you're sending your pitch decks. So these kind of things are there in your pitch. So yes, that's how I segment the pitches. Right? Any question you have, you can just jot it down and put in the comment section. I'll be definitely answering that. Right? In the last 10 to 15 minutes, 10 minutes. So this is how you should pitch to the investors and to the mentors, or anybody you're pitching in your peer, right? And as I said in the very beginning, whatever you are pitching, please be clear. Don't be very mess up with your words, because if confusion is created in an investor's mind, he will not probably give more time to it, because he has already 10 to 15 startups pitches running in the mind. So it's better to be well prepared with your communication in that pitch, right? Be crisp, be clear in whatever you are pitching, and try to take as short time as much you can take, right? Because if that pitch gets clicked, I'm sure you are definitely hitting on to the next meeting to the investors, and showing more details or demonstration to them, and to their funding team actually, right? And even if you're going for an acceleration or incubation program, accelerators and incubation programs are very helpful when you're at early stage, or early MVP stage, or revenue stage, because those organizations give you a hands-on mentoring with a lot of people and a lot of mentors who can guide you with different domains, which is sales, business, team, your business plan, lot of stuff. So yes, acceleration programs are, that's why very important at early stage. It's good to go for these organizations first, rather than jumping directly to the VCs or investors, because it's good not to dilute much of your equity at the very early stage with the investors. It's good to gain first good knowledge of running it, getting mentored and groomed, and getting early funds, which is a minimal funds and minimal dilution by accelerators and incubators. Okay, so yes, be smart in pitching to these people. So, and if you're at early stage, at idea stage, especially those for those people who are pitching for that idea, it's good that you should pitch to the incubations first. Incubations will definitely help you in the end pitching to the investors who can put angel money in you or anything they can do in the end of the program. Do not go directly pitching to the people on the LinkedIn and because see, I myself face the situation where I get founders pitching to me in my LinkedIn profile. So it's good to be prepared first and then approach these people on LinkedIn and tell them about the idea. Or even if you're pitching them on in the message, pitch it so well that you are pitching the problem and the solution in a very short message, and what kind of help you're looking from that person, whether it's an investor or not, right? So yes, ensure that first when you're approaching on LinkedIn or pitching on the LinkedIn to those people. Right. So yes, I'm most probably done almost, and I will be taking now some questions. I guess that would be helping us more to give a real-time examples. Okay, so starting from the very first, if we do not have, okay, so Akash Chaudhary pitched the question that if we do not have any um, revenue, will the investors invest in your idea? So, as I said, Akash, know to whom you're pitching, right? If you say that I do not have any revenue, and just a second, Parth, if I'm pitching to any investor, if okay, I have an idea and I know I don't have a revenue, and I go to an investor and I say that this is my idea, problem, solution, and that person is not doing early investments and doing a later on investments, so it's a waste of time for you, right? So do not pitch to those people first of all. Define who is the investor first. Go to incubations, learn more hands-on experience on making the business plan, and then they will definitely take you to the investors and prepare you well for that pitch, right? uh, okay, so just a second. uh, okay, so coming to the next question, I want to generate. So wrapping up with that question, Akash, अगर revenue नहीं है तो कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं है. It's better to go for the incubation plans, right? Rather than directly pitching to the investors. They'll be more helpful to you. Then going for Rajkumar's thing, I want to generate more and more sales for my online selling platform. So, so what you require right now, right? If you want to increase your more sales, it's good to uh, follow good go to market strategies, because if you're an online selling platforms, you should definitely pitch to more users through social media platforms. It's not always necessary that you want funds for that growth. You can do it by yourself first, right? And then by showing some traction, then you can pitch to the investors, right? So then coming to the next question. Ma'am, suppose we have a startup idea, but there is a budget problem, means a backup is a. So again, if you think you have a startup idea, as for those people who are having the same questions, if you have a startup idea and you don't have a money for it, it's not necessary to run after the investors who are putting money on the startups, because they will definitely ask you themselves first to go and get validated by an incubator, get or an accelerator. So it saves their time also, because अगर वो investors directly पैसे डालेंगे, it's a risk, right? Risk management इन्वेस्टर्स लुक फॉर टेक केयर ऑफ, राइट? अगर मैं आपके आइडिया में पैसा लगा रही हूँ तो इट्स एट द मोस्ट हाईएस्ट रिस्क करेंटली कि वो रिटर्न मुझे देगा या नहीं देगा. अगर आपका ऑलरेडी रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर रहा है तो ऑब्वियसली देर विल बी lesser risk. So that's why if you are going from through an incubation program, you are being validated there, and then an accelerator program, and you're getting your early revenue, then going to directly pitching to the investor is a better thing. And there will be less of rejections because उनमें इसमें कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है कि इसमें अभी रिस्क कम है, मेंटरिंग हुई है, गाइडेंस हुआ है या थोड़ा सा रेज मिला है इंक्यूबेटर से, एक्सेलरेटर से. So that I mean, I guess I can now pitch, I can put money confidently in that startup idea. So ideas are definitely funded less, directly are funded very less, until unless it's a patented idea. You are getting it's a technology idea. You're getting something very new, innovation, patented, patent करवा दिया उसको, and then you're pitching to the investors. I guess that has a maximum chances of getting a funding rather than just an idea and you're pitching it and you're asking for funds. So that's how I said go to incubation programs for that first and get it validated. You'll yourself get a lot of networks and recommendations of the investors to the investors. So then coming to the next questions, do shows like Shark Tank and Dragon Den help in pitching startup ideas? So I don't believe that Shark Tank can help you in a pitching, because every pitch is a unique. I believe if that founder is pitching something, will be in a different creative manner or different manner than what I am pitching. So of course, Shark Tank is an inspirational program to let you know that how a startup funding or a pitch happens, how what kind of questions a Shark can ask you or an investor can ask you. So that is very inspirational in that situation, that circumstance. But when we talk about a pitch, you'll definitely you get a ready-made example that how you should pitch, right? In the end, you will not be copying that pitch, right? You will be creating your own pitch. You'll be putting another, like a very new impact on the investor with your pitch. So of course, it's an inspirational program. You should follow that for samples to make your to make yourself confident when you're going to pitch. So okay, then next is I have a startup idea and I don't know how to approach the people and how to get started when you get an idea. So if you have an idea, as I said in a very initial stage, it's better to go with the validation first on your own self, your own efforts, with your own efforts. So approach to people. See, if you're a founder and if you're not approaching to people, it's kind of very weird, because we founders are known for speaking out and then pitching and selling our products, selling our solutions, selling our problems, selling the problems. So if we don't speak to people, don't approach to people, thinking that how they'll respond, then I guess that's a waste of your time as well in thinking about the problem and solution. So first, get the live feedbacks, go to startup events, meetups, like Headstart. I am part of Headstart. I have been through Headstart from last like 3 to 4 years. I have learned how to pitch there itself myself, and guide people how to pitch, because until unless you're not ready to take live feedbacks, you will not be able to be pitch perfectly in front of the investors or mentors. So you have to approach them and start with the validation first. So what is the chance of raising first or for offline and online shopping startups? So when I talk about online, my this is my view. When I talk about online and offline shopping startups, so the competition is definitely very huge. You should have some unique selling point, that we say USP, that makes you different from the existing companies. Because if you are bringing a problem in the existing very competitive market, there are chances that investors will bet less on you, depending upon the risk of putting money in you. So if even if you're probably solving a similar problem with a like similar market, the competition is very high. Try to bring something uniqueness. It can be in the form of technology, your operations, your process, or any other creativeness. So try to be prepared with your USP first if you're entering into very competitive market, whether online or offline shopping or anything. Okay, Surya has a question that, hi Priyanka, I am in ideation stage, willing to know more about feasibility study. Please put some light on it. Okay, I guess I covered most of the parts of your answer here before only. How to find genuine accelerator for your startup. So, Surya, again to your questions. So, if you spend your time in thinking that an accelerator program is genuine or not, I guess that is something आई फील दैट अगर मुझ मैं फाउंडर हूँ और मैं जेन्यून एक्सीलेटर प्रोग्राम सर्च करने जा रही हूँ तो इट्स काइंड ऑफ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम थिंक अबाउट that if you think about that how you can get an opportunity to that accelerator program अगर वो first batch भी release कर रहा है talk about many programs like Startup Monk has recently launched their program and accelerator program and that's a first time batch even my organization did launch 50 hours to fundraise it's a first time batch we did in February till Feb we ended it so it's no harm to join that accelerator program when if you are a part of the first batch because uh, if you are in a first batch, you get most of the benefits and most of the learnings. Trust me, because you will be the person to whom people will be looking forward to because you got that experience already from those mentors on the panel or on the in that program. And don't think about how genuine is the accelerator program just think about that you should get that opportunity to be that part of the accelerator program so there are many accelerator programs in India now so try to go for it because there are lakhs of startups now and it is actually a point of opportunity to be a part of any accelerator program in competition in a in a thing of having more startups at the same position and applying for the same acceleration program and the competition is again that you have to get selected and get that mentoring so think about the opportunity rather than thinking the genuineness of the program. And of course, uh, do watch for the mentors on panel or the people who have started it. If you, in case you actually want to spend your time in seeing the genuineness, see who is organizing it, see the background, and see the mentors' background who are there on the panels. Okay, so next question I would quickly take is how much to pay the mentor and fixed fee per meeting month equity share. Okay. Thank you, Senthil, for asking this question. So I believe, be if I am a mentor, uh, I definitely my time or every mentor's time is valuable so now you have to define that how much time you want out of that mentor if you want an hour or so like I'm giving a session so I don't think you have to pay for such kind of sessions we are ourselves putting our efforts in bringing up such initiatives where we can guide you live or without charging or anything but suppose you want to grab a good amount of time for of that person definitely the mentor do is expecting something from you and it's better to rather than talking first initially with the equity or fee or anything it's better to have that compatibility with that mentor first spend your time more in seeing that compatibility or if you can deal with that mentor for a longer period of time or can have and get guidance from so look for that first and then if you feel that that mentor is adding value on your portal or helping you with your startup so you can always offer for like a position in the advisory board with some equity, very minimum equity, of course. So, or anything that mentor is expecting from you that I cannot tell. Of course, it varies from mentor to mentor. First, think about the compatibility rather than first thinking about paying to them. Because क्या होता है कभी कभार you bring them on board, you take their time, you ask for that time, and then you feel that you're not that session was not much valuable. So it's better to have that compatibility with the mentor first. Okay, then how to pitch for crowdfunding. So first, again, talking about crowdfunding, it's a different another funda. So it's good that we can take this offline. Prachurya or Ray, just reach me in any of my channel and I'll help you with this. Okay, so Rajkumar has again asked question that I am running a startup online and offline shopping platform. So how I can raise funds in offline via franchise model or USP in low price products, which suits. Okay, so Raj, I would be happy to see your pitch deck first and see at what stage are you. This question can be better if we take offline, because if you're facing problems in your pitching, or if you haven't raised gone for any pitch, uh, rather than thinking how should I pitch, first start practicing with the pitch and putting the idea, problem, or your whatever stage you are in front of people, and get validation first. And if you already got the validation and in the revenue stage, and now going for funding, it's better, it's good to go to the accelerator programs. If not, if investors are not ready to listen to you initially, accelerator programs do give you the network of investors as well, by giving you proper training and building a channel for you. Or still, if you want a good raise or anything, but not spending much of time in accelerators, then I guess you have to work on your pitch very well with your deck actually, because in certain raises you share your pitch decks to investors. I'll be happy to see your deck. Do share it to me. The email ID will be there at my website, easy to pitch, and we can give a review back on that pitch. So then comes G. Hari Khan, thanks for the session. Just want to know that if you want to raise seed funds from friends and families, and how much lock-in period and share can be diluted with a very nice question. Thank you for asking this, G. Hari. So see, I'll tell you my real-time experience in this. It's I lost a lot of equity in my initial days in the name of friends and families when I was in my first startup. So I'm diluting a lot of equity, which is actually, and even talk about founders I talk to, they give the 50% of equity to friends and family in return of money, in return of that fundraise. So please act wisely, because the dilution, the equity that you have is your treasure, right? That's the only treasure that you have as a founder, right? That 100% equity is very important, because this can only convert when you have that 100% equity and you're diluting it. You have to ensure that that dilution turns out into a two-digit billion-dollar revenue, right? Or the valuation of the company when you are 5 to 6 years old, right? So it's good to think wisely first before giving equity to your friends and family in emotions. प्लीज डोंट वर्क विद इमोशंस. 1 लाख मिल रहा है, 2 लाख मिल रहा है, या 5 लाख मिल रहा है, या 20 लाख दे रहे हैं आपको आपके घर वाले, या आपने पिच कर दिया और वो दे आर कन्विंस एंड दे आर पुटिंग मनी इन यू. डू नॉट lose out with your emotions and giving too much of equity, because that will be a very terrible situation for you when you're going for a higher raise, and then you don't have anything left with you, and the valuation is also not that big, right? So it's good not to waste too much of equity at very early stage. Minimum it can be like in between 1 to 5%. When it comes to friends and families, do not give more than that. And or zyada the like 1 to 10 you can keep if they are not getting convinced. Do not go above that, right? Please do not go, because that will hamper you in later stage of your fundraise. And even this turns off many of investors. I even took out one of my videos in which I actually shared a real time example of one of the views of the investors, that they actually get turned off when they see a deck and the dilution of friends and families too much, that even if they enter in a higher round, or many invest or other investors will enter into higher round, they you will as a founder have nothing left, right? So that is a very big turning off point. What is the role of introduction in that, and how could one make it warm introduction? Okay. So, 8 minute pitch introduction is definitely start should be starting with an impactful storyline. Okay, so when we are pitching, please, one more thing that I missed in the very beginning, that there should be a storyline, right? अगर मैं pitch कर रही हूँ, engagement करना है, clear रखना है, but storyline is also very important. If you're creating a story, चाहे वो एक customer के सामने pitch कर रहे हो, अगर मुझे एक pen भी बेचना है, I will think of creating a story and why that customer should buy it. So similarly, when you're pitching to the investors, build that storyline with that problem and solution. अगर वो 60 second का भी pitch है ना, build that story, ठीक है, उसमें वो इम्पैक्ट होना चाहिए. सो टॉकिंग अबाउट द इंट्रोडक्शन, other than starting with your introduction, start with the storyline, the problem, and the impact that you want to create in any pitch that you're doing, whether it's a pitch deck or it's a event pitch or it's a one-on-one pitch. Create that impact and have that storyline in your pitch. Okay, no matter it's a 1 minute pitch, 3 minute, 5 minute, or 8 minute pitch. Okay. So then, how to get confidence and overcome stage from the stage of fear? Okay, so thank you, Rabnoor Kaur, for asking that question. Trust me, I was never a stage person. I was a person who stammered, and had 100 mistakes in one line when I was speaking. When I spoke first time on my stage in my school time, and even when I became a founder. I started mentoring. I still today face that stage fear where I have a time when I'm shaking with nervousness and before having that mic with me on the stage. So of course, stage fear, I guess, is not a bad thing. You can always overcome by practicing many times, like more and more practice karo usko, and definitely the stage fear will gradually go, and speak to more people around in network, right? So uh, it's okay to have a stage fear. You'll gradually, after having more and more pitches, you'll lose it. You lose that fear, and you'll gain that confidence, right? So how product diversification help or start? Okay. So how product diversification, if you have a very good innovation in that product and very diversified and a better than what is existing, definitely it will attract any investor to raise fund, because you have some unique selling point and you have a USP, how you're different than existing companies. So but even if you have diversified products in your model, no, try to show one product which you are focusing on, and you can launch and get a lot of early revenue in that. Suppose talk about Urban Clap or certain e-commerce platform. They have a focused area. Like if I talk about Urban Clap, Urban Company now it is, sorry, it has a focus section on the very beginning. From the very beginning is salons for women. So similarly, if you have 10 products in your plan, it's better to focus on one on the initial roadmap, following up with others, right? So even if you're pitching to the investors, show that my initial primary product is this, which I am betting on and getting good revenue, and then followed up with this, I can build a chain of these products and I can sell it to the same set of customers, right? So yes, have that focus on your product. What is your primary product, and then your secondary, and then other products. Okay, so yes, I guess I am done with a lot of the question. Any more questions that you have, you can reach me out on my channel Startup Talk on Instagram, and on my LinkedIn. I'm there. Just write Priyanka Mandani. You can follow me on TikTok as well. If you're there on TikTok, just write Startup Talk. I do take out every, like, on daily basis videos on different topics of pitching or challenges that a startup founder face. Any challenge that you're facing, just put it in comments in those videos and my LinkedIn profile, and I'll definitely guide you with the solution if I'm able to, and I'll put you in connect if I'm not able to help you with those solution, and but I'll try my best to do that. And then if you are facing problems with your pitches, you can anytime reach Easy to Pitch, and trust yourself. In the end, I would just say trust yourself in your pitch. No problem if we fail in our first pitch or 10th pitch or 50th pitch. Gradually we learn. That's how I learned, and every founder learns. I can give you tips to how reduce those failures, but in the end, you are the person who will be whole responsible for that pitch. So practice well and practice hard, and do not get underestimated or discouraged if you get a rejection. Keep on doing, continuing, and get mentoring from all, as much as possible, communities or people you can, right? So yes, I guess I would be wrap like I have to wrap up right now. It's more than an hour, and I would like to thank all the joiners, all the people who have joined my live session. I hope my whatever I spoke today would be helpful helpful in your journey, in your pitches. And yes, thank you for joining in. And first of all, and in the end, I would definitely thank ECEL of Triple IT Gwalior, who reached me for this session. I'm glad that you reached me, and I'm thankful for having this opportunity, and looking forward to more such sessions, and talking to you guys through live sessions on my channel. Till then, stay tuned and do subscribe ECEL Triple IT Gwalior for more such sessions coming up on different domains for you. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. I would be ending the stream now. Thank you. So, Priyanka Mandani out of the box.